Good morning, Martes! What a beautiful Tuesday morning, Las Vegas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Magandang umaga. Marhay na aga, Bicolandia. We have another exciting episode of Ano na Bev, Best Express Views on PHLV Radio and other platforms from all over the world who are watching, listening, and onlooking. Subscribe na mga kapamilya sa I Want TFC, PHLV, YouTube, and all of our social media, and at Bev Lorente IG, FB, X, and Threads. And of course, my FB page, Bev Lorente NV. Welcome to today's compelling episode featuring a special guest who has dedicated her life to owning and managing a foster care organization. Join us as we explore her inspiring journey and impact of her work on the lives of children in need. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from her Around the World tour, Mrs. Shirley Lim Holdeman. Yay! Welcome to the show, Mrs. H.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And thank you for inviting me to your show.
Yes, you make bati na to all of your kababayans in Visayas.
Magandang umaga sa Bisaya. Maupay na aga, maupay na gabi sa iyo, maupay na kulop nga tanan.
Ayan.
Sige, andito na ang inyong ang
Mrs.
kababayan
H.
ninyo, Mrs. H, okay? All the way from the Philippines, pero nandito na, okay?
Ayan.
Sige, makinig kayo, supportan nyo si Beb, okay?
Ayan, very
Thank you.
nice. Mrs. H, share us your personal journey or experience with foster care and what led you to become involved in this field po?
Okay, first and foremost, not a single thought that I will be getting involved with this fostering.
Yes.
It was only my friend who asked me to do that. Then when I joined one of the agency, I have no idea whatsoever. None.
Yes.
Not even a dot, I would say.
Wow.
Now, kids that were being placed in my house, majority of them are juvenile children. No idea too. And some of them are dual custody. Okay? It's a very challenging, very, very challenging. What I made is this. I always make sure that I give respect. That's the number one. You need to respect the children. Respect.
To gain their trust. Po.
Yeah. Respect first, because these children being, remember, these children being abused, abandoned, sexually,
and different
exploitation and
circumstances.
other stuff. Okay.
Yes.
So now, then I always be firm with them. I said, first and foremost, this is the approach. It works very much. I said, I'm not your mother. I'm not replacing your mother.
And
but
I'm your
I'm
father
here
too.
as a temporary to take care of you while during the absence of your parents, because they need to do something.
Okay.
I was very clear with that, because no matter how these children been taken away from the house, they always love their parents, no matter what. No matter what.
And
That's
you love
right
it
there.
na ever
I
since.
I love my children.
Yes.
Okay, so it's very, very challenging.
How many
Very.
years na po kayong for foster care?
Oh my God, so many years now. I would say
3 decades.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I said I dedicated myself, because I witnessed, I really witnessed what's the children being through.
Wow.
A lot of them.
3 decades of foster parenting.
Yeah, they are very challenging. They will push you to the edge until they will say that they think that you will surrender. But if you surrender, then you're a loser.
That's
It
the
means
secret
to say that
of
you're
it.
not really
Ayan.
helping. It means to say your target's not really helping the kid. Okay, you should really embrace them, no matter what behavior they have. You have to embrace them.
Ayan.
Slowly, I told them, I don't expect you to open your heart right now. At least I can put a little pin in your heart and open and just let me in a little bit. I'm not
Ayan.
pushing them. I give them time
Ayan.
to breathe.
But what are some of the common misconceptions people have about foster care, and how would you like to dispel them?
Okay, in fostering, because majority of the parents, they think that it's money involved.
Make money, you earn money.
No. If you go to this foster, don't think about that. Because true, they're getting reimbursement. That's for the children. That's for
Not for you.
clothing and shelter. That's it. But when you be a foster parent, make sure that you really embrace. Forget about dollar sign. Forget about that. Okay.
Benjamin Franklin. Forget about Benjamin Franklin.
Just embrace them and show them love and care.
Yes.
I think that's the way I was doing.
And
I would
compensation will come.
Yeah, and
We'll
compensation will come. And I would like to share this to everybody. Please just understand how the children in the system, they need now. They're over almost like, I'm not exactly 3,000 right now, I would
Who
say.
needs foster
need foster home.
parents.
And we are lacking of home.
Oh.
Okay? That's the reason why we have so many issue here, because we're short of parents to be a foster parent.
And then you said something like, if you're not doing anything, why do you have to be scared, correct?
Correct. As long as you be honest, don't do nothing. Because first and foremost, they will teach you what to do. The rules and regulation, what you need to do. Because like my agency, we train our staff, we train our parents, and those who would like to join the training also were welcome, even outsider.
Oh,
as long as
and you train
don't-
them,
yeah.
Bamboo Foster.
Yes, we
parents.
train even outsider too. If they want to join, we're welcome to. They'll learn more about the rules and regulation about foster and children. Okay,
Ayan,
so don't be
nurturing.
scared. As long as you don't know nothing, don't be scared. Okay?
Ayan. Could you describe the significant challenges that foster children often face, and what are some effective strategies for addressing these challenges? You mentioned earlier just to, open your heart and just be not to be secretive about them, and you tell them right away that I'm not your mom, I'm not your dad.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is kids, because the way it was raised, right?
Correct.
So you can hear like names that you can find in the book, sort. But I always, as long as you're firm with them, I said I don't accept that. I don't use that word of here, and I appreciate that you don't use that very much. Just talk to them. Sit down with them. Okay, and they're very manipulative. They will tell you, they will boom left and right. When I have my kid, mom this, Miss H here this, I said, listen, we're gonna have a meeting. I always have a meeting every Friday, or say every night after dinner. We have to listen each and every one of my kid and address the issue. Now, if they have very confidential, then we don't discuss that in a group. I told them that if you have a problem personally, you can talk to me in person. Whatever you told me, it will not be brought outside, because it's confidentiality, because of the HEPA. Okay, I always make sure that they are safe in my house.
And you make them safe too.
I'm always safe. I'm very protective with my kids. I will fight for the school. I will fight anything. I said, just be honest. If you made a mistake, just tell me. We'll work from there.
Communication.
Yes,
is the
communication
key.
is how do you call it? Your presence to them is very important.
Yes.
The care that because they can tell, because if you're honest, they can feel that. They can feel that. I'm telling you, they push you to the edge. I'm telling you that.
What about the separation? Kapag babalik na sila sa bahay ng mga parents nila?
It's very hard, honestly.
Diba? Kasi
but I need to be strong,
emotional
because I still have some other kids need my care.
Yeah.
But I feel that somebody stabbed in my heart, but I don't want to show them. I want them to live in my house happy.
Yeah.
Like I would like them to be successful when they go out, because I said, I cannot teach you. I cannot change you, but only I can teach you the skill that you'll be able to survive outside, because once you be age out, there will be those people around you, they'll be gone with the wind. But I'm here. You can call me anytime. I said, I'm just teaching you reality.
And the success story is they always contact you.
Correct. There's sometimes when they come to my house, say, Mom, remember that's my house. Mom, your boys love you very much, but they give you a hard time. But we love you. I know I love you too.
Very
but it's
nice.
very hard. Okay.
So when we come back on Ano Na Bev, Best Express Views, we will be joined by Dr. Althea Baranda Clark, a psychotherapist who has extensive experience addressing behavioral challenges in children. Stay tuned.
Don't be fooled by flashy ads. When it comes to personal injury, choose the Richard Harris Law Firm. Dahil kay Richard Harris, wala kang worries.
The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
I've been seeing the Richard Harris Law Firm billboards everywhere for years. But when I met him personally, I knew totoo siya. He is not just a billboard. Sa Richard Harris Law Firm, less fee, guaranteed.
Sabi ng patients ko, they don't need a colonoscopy because they don't feel anything. But colon cancer is a silent killer. It affects both men and women, mayaman man o mahirap. Have your colon checked.
Mobile Home Health, providing care in the comfort of your own home.
Serving Southern Nevada is our top priority.
And it's our greatest joy to help others stay safe and enjoy a better quality of life at home.
Because health is wealth.
Revisit, revive, revitalize. The
Filipino American Heritage Foundation of Nevada invites you to a night of fashion, music, and entertainment. October 6th at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Purchase your tickets now.
VIP Primary Healthcare Las Vegas specializes in a wide range of services, from preventive care to advanced treatments. I'm Dr. Arlene Rillo. Your health and wellness is our priority. I'm Dr. Arlene Rillo, owner of VIP Primary Healthcare Las Vegas. We provide complete solutions to address all of your health needs. From managing acute illnesses to chronic disease management, we've got you covered.
There are children who've never had the experience of being a child. Bamboo Sunrise Foster Care serves underprivileged children.
We are known for exceptional standard in delivering excellent services.
You can be a parent, make an impact on a child's life. There are children who never had the support they needed. Open your home to a foster child.
We have a long-standing partnership with the community, families, children, and employees.
Bamboo Sunrise Foster Care. You can make a difference.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
Welcome back to Ano Na Bev. Joining us is Film Bisdak psychotherapist with a wealth of information on child behavioral challenges, Dr. Althea Baranda Clark. Good morning, Doc.
Hello, Bev. Good morning.
Ayan. And still with us, Mrs. Shirley Holdeman, CEO of Bamboo Sunrise Foster Care. So, Doc, let's go straight. What are some of the common reasons or underlying factors that may lead foster children to exhibit violent behaviors?
Before I answer that, Bev, let me tell you a little bit about my experience in foster care kids. So I worked in a residential treatment center, level 14, meaning the highest, most violent children were placed in this foster agency because they could no longer operate in a regular family foster care setting. So they were the most violent children. So I've done that for 7 years. My role was to work one-on-one with kids. So
how was it?
You know, it was very difficult, but also a lot of eye-opening experiences.
Because
going back to your question, violent behaviors or behavioral issues are symptoms. There's a reason why kids behave this way. They express the way they feel, the way they're expressing their emotions in a way that they know, which is violent. So not all foster kids are violent, but the ones that do exhibit these violent behaviors are typically the ones who witness or experience violence at home as well. So when you think about it, there are three things. So kids who have experienced these violence at home, they don't know any better. That's their familiarity. In terms of safety, it feels safe. Although it's violent behavior, their brain feels safe. There's a sense of safety, pseudo-safety. Second is that they mimic the behavior of their parent, and they don't know how to express their emotions other than punching the wall or hitting other people or destroying properties. And then thirdly, most of the time, they just feel like, I would describe this to kids as volcano in the tummy. Like if they feel like there's a volcano in the tummy, they need to explode. The volcano in the tummy has to explode, so they have to express it somehow. So when you think about violent behavior, I think of those three concepts. And the main thing is that you want to figure out, where does this come from? Because symptoms, right? Symptoms they're expressing something that their needs are not met.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're expressing where does this come from, your role is to explore where that came from.
Mrs. H, have you seen this kind of behavior in a child from the years that you've nurtured some?
I agree with what Dr. Clark said. Okay.
And you've seen this?
I've seen that because their use of domestic violence at home, they copy that. Okay, they think that it's cool. It's not cool. So that's why when the child was taken from the home, and move to a foster home, it's hard for them to adjust because they're not used to it. So the adoption is too difficult for them. Okay, I agree what Dr. Clark said about level 4, which is they call that QRTP, PRTF. That's another one.
I see.
Because that we have the QRTP that really that's the children that cannot place in the home.
Right.
So that's I agree with you. I totally agree 100% that they will destroy property, name it in the book.
Right.
Okay. That's how it is. But we're trying our best because, as I said, they're just a victim of the situation.
Absolutely.
They don't like that.
Yeah.
But I know there will be a change for some, but it will take sometimes. It's not going to be an overnight.
No.
That's definitely not overnight.
So,
okay.
now, Doc, can you provide insights into the importance of early intervention and effective strategies for managing and de-escalating violent behaviors in foster children?
So early intervention, and you're talking about at home. The kid hasn't been brought to the foster home yet. So it begins at home, right? So in this case, unfortunately, most of the kids that are in foster home, they've been exposed to a lot of abuses, child abuse and neglect, which are the two things that become high risk for violent behaviors and antisocial behavior. But if you're really talking about early intervention, that starts at home. And Diana Baumrind in the 60s identified 4 parenting styles, and I like the way she kind of simplified it. They're like authoritarian, which is like really strict, punish all the time. You always resort to punishment, and then there's permissive, doesn't allow punishment, just spoils the kids, and the kids don't get consequences for their actions. And then the third one is neglectful. The kid can do anything without really any sort of validation or invalidation, just ignoring the child. Absence of a parent is considered neglect. And then the authoritative, which is a healthy version, is being able to talk about emotions, being able to talk about consequences. What does it mean when I give you a timeout? What does it mean when being able to have this structure?
Cause and reaction.
Yes. Structure, boundaries, and routine. Allow the kids to be able to regulate, because this at the end of this is really self-regulation. The kids are violent because they don't know how to regulate what's inside.
Yes.
So
rules.
Yeah.
Which are you? Saan ka doon?
Okay, I
Number
agree with
1,
that.
2, 3, 4.
No. When
Permissive
it
ka
comes,
ba?
No. When it comes to time out, this is what I always talk to them. I said, okay, there's an option for you, because I said you can go time out for yourself. You can go upstairs in your room to cool down. You can go at the backyard to cool down. You can scream as much as you can, as long as there's no profanity word. I'm okay. And then I say, when you're ready to come back, I'm willing to listen. I don't, how do you call that? Like the flood. I don't run over, because that's going to be the worst, because you don't even know what's going to be the next, the very end that we're going to do. Okay. It's like a volcano, as what she said. Right. It's like a volcano. I stay away from that. Give them a space.
Yes.
I don't use, I give them consequence. They choose what they want.
Yes.
So authoritative.
Yeah. That's how we got it.
I like the way that you describe it, Ms. Shirley, because when you give them choices, it's very empowering. There's this book called Love and Logic. I'm sure you might be familiar with it. So it's kind of like you're deciding for the child. You already know that either cup they'll choose, it doesn't matter to you. So you said, do you want the small cup or the tall cup? Do you want this shirt or this shirt?
Choices.
But you're allowing them to choose, and the freedom to choose is very empowering.
Yes.
So when you try to correct behavior such as this, you want to give them choices. You want to go in the closet and calm down. What is it? What triggers you to behave this way? What is it that you want? You look like you're really angry. Oh, I'm not angry. But they're like, waving
Agitated.
their hands and wanting. Okay, maybe you're not angry. Are you sad? Are you frustrated? You're allowing them to use language and words out of their emotions, because when you do, then you can work on how do we cope. Do you need to be in a closet for 10 minutes? You want to sit outside? You want to scream? And as long as it's healthy, so also highlighting their strengths. If they're punching the wall and once a week now, and they used to punch a wall 4 times a week, like, oh my goodness, John, I am so proud of you. You're only punching a wall once a week now. I really recognize that you're
You acknowledge them.
Yes, you highlight their strength, because that's one thing that they didn't, experience.
They didn't get that. Yes.
So being able to create routine, boundaries, structure, talking about the consequences. When you do this is what we need to do. In fact, when I worked with kids, I would have them like sign a safety contract. Like, okay, so when you're punching the wall, what could be your consequence? Or what could we do? Like, so we're going to talk about it first, and then what? And then we're going to, I would go over the rules and contract one by one, let them agree with it, and have them suggest even. So that's empowering when you give them choices.
Ayan,
So I
Mrs.
totally
H, do you
agree.
do the same po?
Yeah, because as I said, it's very effective for me. I give them space, but I make sure that they're safe. The first thing is I have to make sure that they're safe. But the safety is the number one. So I give them choices to, like importance, that they're important. They can choose.
Right.
As long as, how do you call healthy one. Not the unhealthy one. Okay?
So how can you strike a balance between providing a safe and nurturing environment for foster children while also addressing their emotional and behavioral challenges?
So go back to my question in the beginning. Where does this come from?
The root cause of it.
So I'm going to give you an example. I used to work with this kid who was just so violent this day. He had like smeared poop all over the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Was like lifted a chair and threw it at one kid. And so I was working with him with the behavior. And then, he was punished, of course, for it because another kid was hit. So when we were talking about it, what was it? Where does this come from? John, I'm just going to call him John. Where does this come from, John? Tell me, what was it that led you to that? And it turned out his mother didn't call him for his birthday at all. He, in fact, then called the mother and then said, you forgot to say happy birthday, Mom. And then Mom said, oh, happy birthday. And then Mom ended up talking about herself. Didn't say anything about his birthday at all. So this kid was just so triggered. And we worked on that first. So to balance it, it's more like you want to know where it comes from. So the triggers and where it comes from, for instance, in that case, then we sort of really process it first. Be able to validate. I hear you. It makes sense why you're upset. It makes sense why you're angry. But it is still not right to throw a chair at another kid. Well, so we have to look at it and have them process, because when they're exhibiting all these behaviors, they're not thinking, right? They're only, our brain is hardwired to protect it. So they're used to being in a violent situation, so naturally the reaction is to use violence. So they're habituated to respond that way. So first thing is know where it comes from. So when you're triggered, what can you do? Then talk about coping strategies. You need a calming space. You need breath work is one thing. Reinforcing, and that's basic as can be, because you're going to have to condition and train this kid who's never experienced what healthy, environment looks like. So if you're able to, use your coping skills this week, you're going to earn a token. Really basic stuff like that to create a balance and really highlight the strengths and be able to also give them a lot of that love that they didn't have, because they don't know. And like Mrs. Shirley said, that they will push and push. The reason why they're pushing is they want to test if you will still love me if I behave this way.
Mrs. H, push and push ng mga bata.
Yeah, they really push. Push to the edge, I'm telling you. And I said, listen, you remember that. I say, no matter you're going to push me because you're here, I love you guys. Now, that's how it's going to be. I know it's hard for you to believe that, but you're here. You are my children. Okay, you are my children. Even my son, every time he introduced my children, they are my brothers. Aww. Never say they're a foster kid. Never. I never heard. And they're very my son is very loving to my kids. Okay. Yeah. So it's nice that, how do you call that we get to show the kids that we're here for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
because
nice.
I cannot say 100% that really for the children. I'm sorry to say, but some of them, they're really for the kids. Okay. I say my piece because I've seen some, I've seen a lot too, and I've seen parents that really for the kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like what you said about giving them the unconditional love, because what that means is that now they feel safe. When there's safety involved, then there's less and less of that violent reaction. That's how you decrease behavior. You allow safety to happen.
Correct.
And then you can now talk about, like, when you're throwing stuff at people, we know that's not right, but what can you do about it? What can you replace it? Maybe you can go outside and throw balls on the wall.
That's very true. Actually, I'm going to share this one challenging that I have one of my kid I have this kid, I'm telling it, remember I have 10 boys. My youngest is 12.
Wow.
And my oldest until 21, and they just need to stay in your house. Oh my God. This kid is in you. He will stir the pot with the other one. When I fix it, he will go to another, to another, to another. Oh my God. And then and then I talked to him. I said, listen, you know what's happening. He looked at me, and you see, Mrs. H getting so much of gray hair. I don't want to add some more. And she do like that, But I keep on talking because of the situation, what happened. Apparently, they don't have harmony in the house. So they're happy to see that they're, So,
absolutely.
But I was able to,
That's
pacify
really
it. Ang galing. So, what advice do you have for foster parents and caregivers who may be feeling overwhelmed or discouraged by a foster child's behavior?
That's a really good question. And first and foremost, you really have to utilize your support system. First of all, you got to take care of yourself. I'm sure you know that. Take care of yourself. For foster care, there's a lot of resources. You have a group. I think they have group sessions amongst foster care. I'm not sure if they have it in Vegas and California. They have that to reach out, to be able to process your experiences, and to be able to really separate the fact that this violent behavior is not about you as a caretaker. This is something that it's nothing to do with us. You cannot internalize it. Like, what did I do to be called, MF here, because that was my experience when I first worked in the residential treatment center. Like, oh my God, I'm quitting. I just got called all kinds of names. So what did I do? But it has nothing to do with us, really. It is something that they're expressing from their own internal experiences. It's what's happening inside. So to really kind of separate that, the separation allows you to not think that, oh, what did I do? I'm doing everything and I feel like I'm not good enough foster parents here. So to be able to differentiate that and really be able to allow the boundaries, clear expectations of consequences, routines, structure, being able to control and empower the kids, because you're the queen of the house, right?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna be the rulers of the house. You are. So, but a lot of self-care, and I'm sure your traveling is a form of self-care because God knows it's mine. I just go and travel the world for 3 months, come back, and okay, I'm ready. So.
Ayan, thank you very much, Doc. Last word, Mrs. H. What key insights should we gain, and why is securing funding so critical in the realm of child foster care?
Okay, right now, honestly, because there's some shortage of funding, I would like to appeal to the politician. I hope you can take a look and double check, because children, we need, because children is our future. I hope that you can extend at least, more funding, because it's so difficult, especially those higher level of kids that were placed in the kind of facility. It's very, very hard to get staff because of, the rate that that they're getting. So please take a look at that one. Take in consideration, because I'm going to ask you this, because I know some of them have children and, grandchildren, but in reality, when you take care of the children right there, and you don't know the challenges of the parents and other stuff are working on. Okay, it's so very difficult, very, very difficult. So that's what I ask for. Just please consider the funding. Please don't like cut or shorten the funding. Please, the more you give, the better it is, because this is for the children that we're giving. Okay.
And did you get some response from Senator Masto? What was the response?
Okay, Senator, when I was talking to Senator Masto, first and foremost, I would like to say thank you, because it's very, very accommodating. When I talked to her, she don't even say I'm in a hurry. I was always very, very approachable. I'm so glad that I met Senator Masto. And when I talked to her and discussed about it, she even asked me to sit down an appointment to it. I will see Senator when I come back after my vacation. I really need to talk to her, okay? Because I said she's open arm to those people who want to talk and share what the opinion, she needs to know. Thank you for that.
Very well said. So as we conclude this enlightening conversation with our guests, a dedicated foster care owner, Mrs. Shirley Lim Holdeman, and our very own beautiful pulchritudinous, Visda. Dr. Althea Baranda Clark, psychologist, daghang salamat sa inyo. Salamat kaayo. Remember that together we can make a difference in the lives of children in need. For more impactful discussions, join us again in our next episode on Ano Na Bev, Best Express Views. Subscribe na!
Don't be fooled by flashy ads. When it comes to personal injury, choose the Richard Harris Law Firm. Dahil kay Richard Harris, wala kang worries.
The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
I've been seeing the Richard Harris Law Firm billboards everywhere for years. But when I met him personally, I knew totoo siya. He is not just a billboard. Sa Richard Harris Law Firm, less fee, guaranteed.
Sabi ng patients ko, they don't need a colonoscopy because they don't feel anything. But colon cancer is a silent killer. It affects both men and women, mayaman man o mahirap. Have your colon checked.
Mobile Home Health, providing care in the comfort of your own home.
Serving Southern Nevada is our top priority.
And it's our greatest joy to help others stay safe and enjoy a better quality of life at home.
Because health is wealth.
Revisit, revive, revitalize. The Filipino American Heritage Foundation of Nevada invites you to a night of fashion, music, and entertainment. October 6th at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Purchase your tickets now.
VIP Primary Healthcare Las Vegas specializes in a wide range of services, from preventive care to advanced treatments. I'm Dr. Arlene Rillo. Your health and wellness is our priority. I'm Dr. Arlene Rillo, owner of VIP Primary Healthcare Las Vegas. We provide complete solutions to address all of your health needs. From managing acute illnesses to chronic disease management, we've got you covered.
There are children who've never had the experience of being a child. Bamboo Sunrise Foster Care serves underprivileged children.
We are known for exceptional standard in delivering excellent services.
You can be a parent, make an impact on a child's life. There were children who never had the support they needed. Open your home to a foster child.
We have a long-standing partnership with the community, families, children, and employees.
Bamboo Sunrise Foster Care. You can make a difference.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.